herbal treatment for just a little bit of dry scalp, and also to make the hair nice and shiny. And we're doing it all herbal. I have used hibiscus, calendula, rose leaves, lavender petals, chamomile, and marshmallow. And all of those herbs are really good for the hair. At the root though, we're just going to use hibiscus, lavender, and sage. And as you can see, this is where I have pulled out the goodies from the flowers. You can see the hibiscus has definitely turned it like a reddish shade. So, to start, I have some baking soda. Where's my other thing? Baking soda, the flour water, and then just a little bit of the herbal shampoo. So this is just to detoxify the scalp before we start anything. Baking soda is really good at stripping. So we want to take the pH level up a little higher, strip everything out so we can add back in the good stuff. So first we strip. All right. So here's the mixture of this. With this we're just going to evenly disperse. This is just for the roots because we don't really need that high of a pH on her ends. There's no use for it really. It's just mostly to get the roots nice and open and ready for the good herbal mixture that's spent hours steeping. So yeah, you can do this in a quick way. You can always just get some herbs and like let them soak in the sun. You can put it in a bottle and let them sit outside in the sun for a while. You can heat some oil in the microwave and put your flower petals in there. The best way though is to give it time. They say 2 weeks. This has set for 3 days. So whatever amount of time you can give it is fine. You can even use the petals in an oil, a coconut oil or something like that, and that's fine too. As long as you know that some of the petals have absorbed into your oil, you're going to get something out of it. But for best results, the longer the better. They say that the sun is a good way to get the most powerful heat, obviously, because our sun is extremely powerful, and that leaving it in the sun is the most, like, it almost amplifies how much you're going to get out of your herbs because we're keeping everything natural. So these have been in the sun actually because they've been re-trunk. So they've been feeling the Florida heat for about 2 days now. So from the back seat to the trunk. Alright, so we're just going to rinse this. I don't want to leave this on here real long. It's just strip. This is very, very, very. Baking soda is definitely going to be a stripper. You would use this on your, you can use that on your teeth even. But also it's something natural that you can use. It's not a chemical. Which is really good if you don't have a clarifying shampoo. A lot of people don't realize that before they use like a hot oil treatment or something like that, you need to clarify before, because your cuticle is not ready to receive unless it's been stripped of what's already on there. And so it does much better if you can clarify. So baking soda is always a good option if you don't have anything at home, you don't have a clarifying shampoo, that will always work. So now that we've got that out, I have made already a mixture that is castor oil, which is wonderful for hair growth, wonderful for the scalp. And it is also coconut oil. And so I'm going to mix a little bit of this organic coconut sugar with the mixture I already made at home. This I made on a double boiler, put it together. It's got a little bit of the floral mixture fused into it. So this is just a little extra something that I made at home while I was at it. I had everything out, so we're going to make this. Alright, so we've got a bit of our castor oil and our coconut oil. And then we're taking our coconut sugar. I need a spoon for this, but stir. This is gonna feel so good on the scalp. Alright, I'm gonna start in front. This is almost like a scalp scrub. Massage scrub. Since we are getting rid of dandruff, we are literally taking that coconut sugar and using that to exfoliate the hair. So this is a natural hair exfoliant. And just 3 simple ingredients. A lot of people have those already around the house. You don't have to have the castor oil. Not everyone has castor oil just laying around the house, but chances are you have sugar. You can use pure cane sugar as well. Obviously the organic coconut sugar is better. Coconut oil, castor oil, coconut sugar equals natural scalp scrub. How does that feel?
It feels really
like
good.
There's a lot of granules.
No, it feels good.
Okay. All these little things we could do if we took the time. I don't do this enough to my own self, so I'm very proud of Miss Tina. She listens to her hairdresser. Once you scrub this on really well, make sure it's good and saturated at the scalp only. You don't really need this on the rest of the hair either. I mean, you could, I guess, but the effect is going to the scalp because we're getting rid of, it's not like she has a ton of dandruff. She like has a few little flakes, but she doesn't want this, and she doesn't want to put chemicals on her, into her body, and so we're doing it naturally. So, now by using the coconut oil in itself, we've just brought the pH level back to a healthy point. So, coconut is good for that. Aloe vera is also very good for that. It's very balancing. If I had aloe vera, I would be using it right now, but I left it at home. Actually, I think I do have some aloe vera. Anyway, we'll get to that. So, after you scrub, every inch. And you're gonna have to rinse this out really good. Like, it's not gonna be easy to rinse this out. This is not for someone that just isn't gonna take the time to rinse their hair, because if you don't rinse it out, you're gonna be finding sugar in your hair for days. So definitely don't do this if you're gonna get lazy towards the end or middle, because we're not even to the last part. So, rinsing out. Ooh, that already feels so good. Oh my gosh. close sodium. Another thing about coconut oil. Coconut oil allows your essential oils, or whatever it is that you're using. In this case, we're using a floral blend, but it allows the essential oil or the herb to go into the skin because it is a emollient. So, like, sometimes you can't just like sit an herb on your skin and like just rub it in. You have to have something that's going to make it go into the bloodstream. So that's why we're using coconut oil per se for me, because it is an excellent emollient. So I can still feel some of that there, and I'm going to go ahead and apply the actual hibiscus, lavender, and sage with a dab of rosemary to the scalp. To the big jar, and then we want our castor oil. And this is what is going on our scalp. That hibiscus really stains that when that stuff gets dark. Okay, so I'm gonna add my rosemary, which is in the mint family. Rosemary is excellent for hair growth. It's good for a lot of things with the hair. Rosemary is one of the best essential oils for the hair that you can use. This is a little mixture of my own. This is like an infused crystal. This is citrine. It's infused with citrine, which is citrine crystal, and sage and bergamot. I made that one myself too. Okay, and then let's do a little baobab oil, which is from the African tree of life. And then go back to our original mixture. And this is going at the scalp. Okay, so we're gonna take a break. We're gonna let this sit for 20 to 30 minutes or so, something like that. And then we're gonna rinse her out really, really good. And got a blend for her ends as well. That's the one with the rose, calendula, hibiscus, lavender, chamomile, and marshmallow. Marshmallow is really good for the ends of the hair. Creates shine, luster. Hibiscus also, I didn't realize how good hibiscus was for the hair until I started looking for this particular reason. I was trying to find the best ones, and the floral mixtures are all really, really good. Okay, we'll go ahead and take our break. I'm gonna put a cap on.